So I'm very happy about that. We're going to do something very quickly and easily on beef to get it down. The ranchers understand that. They're so happy for what I've done. I saved them. I don't think you'd have any beef in this country if I didn't do that. So we're very proud of that.
What I understand is, with all this imported beef, it actually is increasing the cost of your beef in the stores, because if we can produce it here and you don't have all the transportation costs, that saves the packer money, saves the consumer money to get it on the shelves. I don't understand why it wouldn't be much cheaper for us to be able to produce it here at home like we've always done until very recently. It's what made America great 100 years ago, because we could provide for ourselves and export to other nations our surplus.
Demand hasn't slowed down one bit, which has led to the cyclical rise of the increase of beef prices. So lower stock of beef, higher demand for beef, prices are likely to continue to rise for the next couple of years. We can teach you how to cook and how to buy those cheaper cuts to stretch and last. Everybody wants those nice tender middle steaks, but if you want to buy those, your wallet has to be prepared to start taking a hit. It's such a limited amount. Prices going up on boxed beef all over the country.
President Trump plans to flood the beef market with beef from Argentina to help combat the high beef prices here in the United States. Let me tell you why that is a bad idea. For one, the first time in decades, the farmer and rancher is able to finally turn a decent profit and put that money back into their farm and ranch and help keep their ranches alive. Second, if we cheapen American beef, we're going to fall back into the same trend that we were 4, 5, 6 years ago, where we're losing 10 to 20,000 American ranchers every single year. Why would somebody try to continue on a ranch or pass it down to their kids? Why would their kids want to run a ranch that's not even able to make a decent living? And third, a lot of these people are the ones that voted for you. What happened to the America First policy, taking care of the American ranchers and the American people first before anybody else? Now, I'm not saying imports are bad, but flooding the market and making it worse for the American ranchers is not the way to go about this. How do we get the cost of beef down? We got to get the cost of production down for the American ranchers. I'm interested to see what y'all think about this. Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, guys, buy American, buy local, and God bless.
Donald Trump is now blaming farmers and ranchers for high food prices, suggesting they don't understand their business as well as he does. Now, as you know, food prices across the board are rising quickly, with beef in particular going sky high. And Donald Trump has done little to address these prices except slap on more tariffs and import beef from Argentina. Well, Trump has received pushback by farmers on this, and Trump has responded by saying cattle ranchers don't understand that the only reason they're doing well is because of the tariffs. It would be nice if they would understand that, but they also have to get prices down, because the consumer is a very big factor in my thinking also. That's right, cattle ranchers. You're the reason beef is high. You've raised your prices too high, and what you need to understand is that it's Donald Trump's tariffs are the reason you're doing well, and now you need to lower the prices for the American consumer. The President of the United States is not blaming his tariffs. He is blaming the American food producers for the high prices. This is the current state we're in.
You guys hear today that Trump is going to import beef from Argentina, and he told the farmers to be thankful that he's saving U.S. farmers by importing Argentina beef, and that he knows what he's doing, and that cattle ranchers, they don't know what they're doing. And if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be making a profit like they haven't been for the last 20 years, and they need to be thankful. And that tariffs have been saving cattle ranchers and ranchers and saving this country. Yeah, he said he knows what he's doing better than cattle ranchers. And then cattle ranchers are responding. They're like, well, we love you, Donald Trump, and we support you. But this will hurt us, but we still love you. And Donald Trump's like, yeah, I'm smarter than you, so you should just be thankful, and we're gonna bring in Argentina beef because I'm so smart. Nobody knows cattle ranching better than I do, because I know everything about cattle ranching.
We're just absolutely fucked as farmers, guys. Everything is so fucked, and I do not see anybody surviving this farm crisis that we are in. Guys, look, one of the best splorn crops that I have ever raised in my life. And because of the tariffs, China will not fucking buy it. And they are the only country in the world they are the only country in the world that buys splorn. And so now I'm literally just chopping it and blowing it on the fucking ground because it's fucking useless. It's valueless. There's nothing I can fucking do to it. I am going to need government assistance to make it through this fucking crisis until these tariffs end. Look, I've never raised a splorin crop like this, guys. And this is just fucking heartbreaking to me. I don't know how I'm gonna survive. You know, Trump said he fucking loved us farmers, and here I am just blowing my splorin crop all over the ground. Hopefully he works a deal out where Antarctica and Mars will start buying this splorin and save the farmers. I'm sorry, splorin crop, but you're fucked.
I find it absolutely disgusting as beef prices are going up and up, along with all food items increasing steadily. And Donald Trump is here blaming beef farmers for pricing their beef too high when he places tariffs on items and then slaps more tariffs on them and then turns around and says he's going to import beef from Argentina. Farmers, you're getting screwed. And us consumers are getting screwed as well. This isn't a problem of just beef farmers having too high of prices, because the cost of inputs, the feed that farmers have to get, the processing, and all the other things that go into processing beef is costing more. Why? Because of the tariffs. But Donald Trump has the audacity to tell us, and especially farmers, that they don't understand exactly how things work. Yeah, I'm believing that they believe they know how things work, and they're getting screwed by Donald Trump, Republicans, and this administration.
Start with the issues importing beef from Argentina, the impact that you think this is going to have on American cattlemen.
It's more than just the impact of the Argentinian beef. It's actually what the president is talking about in terms of trying to bring down beef prices. He keeps talking about that without the understanding that if you bring down beef prices for the consumer, what you're actually doing is telling cattle producers to accept a lower price for their cattle. And we think that that's absolutely unacceptable. And we're very concerned that the president has focused on that, because as an industry, we worked for decades now to build the overall quality of our product. And we are producing beef at a quality that we have never seen before. And the consumer is rewarding us by buying our beef. They want our beef and they're spending the money on it. So this is truly an attack on us as the cattle producers.
I find it absolutely disgusting as beef prices are going up and up, along with all food items increasing steadily. And Donald Trump is here blaming beef farmers for pricing their beef too high when he places tariffs on items and then slaps more tariffs on them and then turns around and says he's going to import beef from Argentina. Farmers, you're getting screwed. And us consumers are getting screwed as well. This isn't a problem of just beef farmers having too high of prices, because the cost of inputs, the feed that farmers have to get, the processing, and all the other things that go into processing beef is costing more. Why? Because of the tariffs. But Donald Trump has the audacity to tell us, and especially farmers, that they don't understand exactly how things work. Yeah, I'm believing that they believe they know how things work, and they're getting screwed by Donald Trump, Republicans, and this administration.
Let's be clear. The American farmer is in an economic and financial crisis, and it's solely because of President Trump's actions. This last year, farm bankruptcies rose by 55%. Again, this isn't a plague. This isn't because Americans have changed their eating habits or Europeans have changed their eating habits. It's because he instituted a trade war with China that raised cost on the farmer, and then the Chinese retaliated and decided they weren't going to buy soybeans or other agricultural goods. And then those taxes that were on the American consumer, which are a direct result from Trump's tariffs, are now being used to then bail out the farmer. It makes no sense economically. And let's also be clear, farmers do not want a bailout. They want to be able to sell their own crops and make a living.
Hey Maga, good morning to you all and welcome back to this channel. If you're turning in, please do to like, comment and share, turn on the bell notification. That's why I'm uploading the video, be the first to be notified. Some of my return subscribers, you guys are the best. Thank you all. Here is Donald Trump blaming the farmers for the high of the price of the cattle and every other thing. Ever since Donald Trump has said things have really changed. People are crying. People are feeding from hand to mouth, this and that. Instead of him to feed the country, instead of him to talk about how to feed America, he's there blaming the farmers that they are adding a lot of price in their farm works and everything. So you that watch this clip of video, what do you have to think about the Trump administration? Because people are getting tired. Let me know your opinion, let me know your thoughts in the comment section and stay tuned to this channel once again.